Hello everyone, this is Adrian Howard with Weather Rampage, and this is your hurricane alert mode as we continue to update you on Hurricane Florence as it continues to be a major, powerful, and potentially catastrophic hurricane, which is becoming more and more likely as this storm gets closer to the Carolinas. Now there has been a very subtle, actually not a subtle, but there's been a very strong change in the direction and the path of this storm. As you can see, the storm now is expected to veer to the west and potentially to the southwest as it comes ashore here, as hurricane warnings are issued all the way from Charleston, South Carolina, all the way up into Myrtle Beach, up into Riceville Beach, to Jacksonville, North Carolina, Wilmington, North Carolina, all the way up into the northern parts of the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Has a storm coming in somewhere near Wilmington, North Carolina, and also hitting Myrtle Beach directly, and then coming into Columbia, South Carolina, which would make this storm miss a good portion of North Carolina from Rockingham, Hamlet, North Carolina, into areas of Greensboro, Raleigh, North Carolina, and also the Charlotte metro area. Could be missing that area almost completely, the eye wall of this storm, so that would be very good news. Now the danger with that is that the storm surge is going to be high, much higher than anticipated for the areas that were supposed to get hit by the high winds in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, if this storm does actually do what is forecast right now. Maximum sustained winds are still holding at 130 miles per hour. Earlier yesterday, the wind speeds were at 140 miles per hour. And I do believe that because the storm is going through an eye wall replacement cycle, that is what the reason why this is happening. But the storm should strengthen this morning and into today. And I want to show you the satellite imagery of this storm as this storm continues to be a powerhouse, continues to be a monster. As you can see, this storm, look at that, folks. Just classic, powerful hurricane. Wow. As you can see, those cloud tops, they are black. We're indicating some very high cloud tops, tall cloud tops with this storm. And as you can see, that eye wall, it is straightening out some as it went through a cycle, now straightening out some, and those areas around the eye wall are getting darker, which indicates to me that this storm is beginning to strengthen again and go through that cycle of strengthening again as Florence continues to the west-northwest at a fast clip. Now I want to show you here also the GOES satellite imagery, GOES 16 satellite imagery of this storm shows you how it looks like a powerhouse on this as well, which is a clearer shot of this storm. And as you can see, this is a monster, everyone. This is a powerhouse of a storm. This is reveling the intensity of Hurricane HIYGH back in 1989. Diana, also, there are other storms also this is reveling the strength and intensity of. This storm is reveling their intensity. And this storm is going to go down in the record books. It's going to be a major storm. It's going to have a lot of impacts. It's going to be a catastrophic hurricane. And I wanted to show you, so keep that in mind as this storm comes ashore. And as we look here, here's what the storm surges for the storm are expected. And as I was showing you earlier in some of my videos, I was showing you the storm surges could be greater than 9 feet. And that is around New Bern. As you can see here, Beaufort. Let's see what other areas. Yes, around New Bern, Beaufort, and also Washington. Beaufort looks like, and also down into the Pamlico Sound and Craven, and also Cape Carteret and Sneads Ferry, and into Jacksonville, North Carolina, which could see over 6 feet of storm surge. And not looking any better down into Wilmington, greater than 3 feet above ground. So all these areas greater than 9 feet above ground, greater than 6 feet above ground, with these storm surges expected with this storm. As you can see here, greater than 6 feet, greater than 9 feet. Folks, that is catastrophic flooding from storm surge. As this area is under a storm surge warning as well. Under a storm surge warning as well. And that is dangerous, everyone. That is destructive. That is catastrophic flooding potential. And I wanted to show you here as all of the coastal areas are under a storm surge warning. And what you're looking at right here is a graphic showing what the National Weather Service is expecting from Florence as far as the rainfall amounts. Anywhere from 6 to 20 inches of rain. And the darker the color, the higher the rainfall amounts. And that purple area shows to over 20 inches of rain, while the yellow area shows 4 to 6 inches of rain. The orange area shows 6 to 10 inches of rain. So that is what they are predicting. And what I want to show you here is some of the other rainfall amounts from this storm that are expected. And I want to show you here. Here is what the NAM model is showing. And as you can see, as we take a closer look at the NAM model, we can see here that there's over 30 inches of rain expected for some areas of the Outer Banks, as you can see there. This is only a prediction of what the NAM model is predicting from this storm. Over 30 inches of rain, 30.58 inches of rain somewhere near the Pamlico Sound and Jacksonville, North Carolina also as well. This prediction may or may not come true, but just showing you some of the potentials as far as how high the precipitation numbers could be with this storm. And I don't want to show you that yet. I'm going to show you that in a minute. But the precipitation could be major here with this hurricane. And this is the NAM Nest model. As you can see here, the precipitation as that hurricane approaches that big white area, that blob that just comes in like a snail, that is the precipitation increasing as it comes ashore. And showing 9 inches or more of rain, but I'm sure it's way more rain than that. It's way more than that. It is off the charts, that rainfall amount right there. So well into 30 inches of rain heading into Jacksonville, North Carolina, and into Wilmington, North Carolina. That's what this model was predicting. And probably moving all the way over into Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, as this storm takes a projected path to the south, to the west-southwest, as the models are predicting potentially. And as you see here, this is the GFS model showing the precipitation amounts. Look at that. Oh my goodness. 15 inches of rain to 18 inches of rain into Jacksonville and Wilmington, North Carolina, and over 10 inches or more rain inland into Lumberton, into Richmond County, Rockingham Hamlet, almost 6 to 7 inches to 9 inches to 10 inches of rain into Charlotte, the Charlotte Mecklenburg area, Charlotte metro area, almost 10 inches of rain. So if that plays out, that'd be a bad scenario. Hopefully that doesn't play out. But just kind of wanted to show you what the models are predicting as far as rainfall amounts. Here is the upper air vorticity air map that I want to show you, loop showing this hurricane, what it's predicting. As you can see, the upper air vorticity map shows the hurricane. Now this is really different from what the other models are showing. I'm giving you all these different scenarios because it is uncertain where this storm is actually going to go because of the dynamics in the atmosphere of what this storm could do. As you can see, it has it coming all the way up to Jacksonville, North Carolina. Then it goes back out to sea. Amazingly. Wow. It goes back out to sea, folks. It doesn't come all the way inland to North Carolina or South Carolina. It just hits Jacksonville, North Carolina, the Pamlico Sound, and then the eye wall comes offshore and moves back off the Carolina coastline. So that would be an interesting feature to see if that happens. I wanted to show you also the other models, what they're showing. Here's the GFS model, and this model is very different from that model. As you can see, it has the hurricane coming into Jacksonville, North Carolina, and down into Wilmington, and it hits every single area. It hits Wilmington, it hits Jacksonville, North Carolina, the Pamlico Sound, and then the hurricane takes a jog to the west-southwest, hits Wrightsville Beach, hits Wilmington, North Carolina, hits Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, all the way down to almost Charleston, South Carolina, into Columbia, South Carolina. That would be a bad scenario, bad scenario. And in Savannah, Georgia as well. That would be a bad scenario, hitting all areas of the coastline. So that would be a dire situation if that happened. Folks, you do not want this to happen. And that is what a GFS model, and GFS model is a lot of times is accurate. Is one of the most accurate models. So if that happens, that would be a catastrophe, folks, along the coastline. Prayers, hopefully we're going to pray that that does not happen. Here is the NAM model showing what the storm is going to do. And this is what I was talking about. The NAM model shows the storm, as you can see, it comes all the way up to near Jacksonville, North Carolina, in the Pamlico Sound, and it moves back out to sea. Wow. That would be amazing, folks. You can literally see that eye wall come back offshore and move southward. It does not come all the way into North Carolina. Now, that would change every dynamic in the book if that happened. Every dynamic that has been predicted with this storm, it would change completely if that happened. So that is a good scenario case if that happened. But we'll see what happens with that. I want to show you, I think it's one other model I want to show you. Yes, the NAM Nest model. As you see, it is aggressive with this hurricane. Look at that. It has this hurricane coming in as a monster, and it has it hitting every area of the coastline as well, from Jacksonville, North Carolina. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That is just a completely symmetrical storm. This is predicting a completely symmetrical, catastrophic, devastating hurricane. As you can see, as it comes, it is completely symmetrical. I have not seen this on a radar reflectivity map ever from any storm. But as it comes in, it hits every area of the coastline, from Jacksonville, North Carolina, and the Pamlico Sound, all the way down to Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina, to Wilmington, North Carolina. The eye wall comes ashore and hits Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, down all the way down into Columbia, South Carolina. So that would not be a good scenario, as 130 to 145 mile per hour winds comes ashore. But we're going to see what happens with that as these models continue to predict this major and destructive hurricane. This is a catastrophic storm, as I said before. This is nothing to be playing around with, folks. And this is just a powerful, powerful storm, folks. And as you can see, there's a time frame for the wind fields of the hurricane to be coming ashore. Hurricane force winds should reach the outer coastal areas between Wednesday, 8 p.m. Wednesday and 8 a.m. Thursday. That should be the time frame of entering into the coastal areas. So we will see what happens with that. I will continue to keep you updated on this storm. This is a major and potentially catastrophic hurricane storm. You do not want to be playing around with this. Please be safe out there if you are doing anything as far as predict storm chasing or whatever. And I'll leave you with this model here. This is the HWRF model showing what the hurricanes could potentially do, courtesy of Tropical Tidbits and College of DuPage. All of these models is courtesy of them. Thanks a lot to them. And it shows the hurricane hitting every area of the coastline. Every area. That scenario is playing out with almost every single model. So, folks, this is going to be a destructive storm. This is going to go down in the history books, folks. I urge you to please stay safe out there. This is a dire situation potentially with this storm, as this potentially major and catastrophic Hurricane Florence continues to move into the area of North Carolina and South Carolina. I will keep you updated with this storm, and I leave you with that eye wall, that shot of that IR symmetry of the storm, eye wall satellite imagery, and that last loop right there. That is intensification happening with this storm. It gets way more symmetrical at the end of that loop. So this storm is going to probably undergo rapid intensification again, and probably will be, the winds will probably reach Category 5 or Category 4, Category 5 status up to 145 miles per hour, if not 150 miles per hour in strength. I would not be surprised if it gets up to 155 miles per hour and then weakening to 140 to 145 miles per hour when it comes ashore. So I will keep you updated. This is the longest video I've ever done of this storm because this is a dangerous situation. This is a potentially destructive situation. This is a situation that will be affecting millions of people at one time. This is a situation that is a dire situation. That is why I'm updating you and keep you informed about this storm for so long on this video, because I want to urge people of the seriousness of this storm. But I want you to remain calm also, but I want you to remain cognizant of the potential danger and destruction this storm is going to cause. But I will keep you updated on here at Weather Rampage, and this is your dangerous hurricane alert mode of Hurricane Florence as it continues to barrel toward the North Carolina, South Carolina coastline. Take care, everyone.